Legacies we leave. Apologies. Came here to think on your own memories. No, listen to mine. Take it then, author, next? Alright then. If we're to do this properly, you'll need to gather up your incentives, same as before. In case you've forgotten, that's a basket of fresh Kalem tree fruit, a good-sized jar of Lantrop nectar, and a dirty great cartload of young Naka flesh. Ah, come on, lad. Surely you can't be that bloody daft. You're more than welcome in their village already. Safe travels. Oh, I thought for a second I'd actually have to fight something. Or gather. No. Off. And the dragons. And the Mughals. Using the Vundu. Ever? Hunter of dragons and gods, I bid you welcome. What would you ask of me this day? Once we would have had no conception of what you speak. The one mind does not forget, but we do. Most distressing. To remember is not enough. One must strain and give words to memory, and inscribe words upon parchment. This is the chronicler's calling. He wrote of you, how you came to Lothoth, and how you left to slay Ravana. Now the young hunter trained with the old hunter while you were away. She'll treasure these memories, this history you've given us. And when Nuvath join us, we shall share it with them as well. Bound no longer to the will of the many, they were now free to walk their own path. Thus reborn, they would write the first chapter of a new history to be passed on to future generations. As their culture grew older and richer, so too would their story. Let's try. So the dragon's next. There. Friend of Isael, warrior of warriors, thou art ever welcome in Annex Shrine. What bringeth thee to us this day? There is much wisdom to be gained from looking to the past, to walk half-remembered paths and mock anew their twists and turns. We too do this, though not through pilgrimage, nor less the written word beloved of thy historians. In song do we preserve the deeds of our lost and chronicle the passing of the ages. Naught hath greater power to stir our hearts. It was a dirge of profoundest sadness that caused Nidhogg's brood to action. A dirge which soundeth no more. Now a new song riseth to fill the void, one of hope rekindled. War's end and peace's rebirth. We shall sing of thee in Ysael ever after, that all may know and remember. The chorus, the fallen could rise once more, for none are dead whose names yet echo in the heavens, and the song would not end until the last voice fell silent. Heroes and villains, sinners and saints, all live again. To Mogholm? Oh, I need to refill my coffee, and it's about time for an ad break, so we'll do that before we go talk to whoever wants to talk to us among the Mughals. Okay, who wants to talk to us in Mogholm? Ah, Mogwin. Can I... in here, please? Thank you. I still want this chair. Well, yank my palm and call me a molebat. I certainly wasn't expecting to see you today. Still calling yourself Archon? Not that there's anything wrong with that, Kupo. Anyway, what are you doing here? Thank heavens for that. I was sure you were going to ask for help with yet another one of your exciting quests. But by all means, we'd love to pass the time reminiscing about the good old days. And when better than now, Kupo? With all your friends visiting and all. Wait here and I'll fetch them. Oh, glad am I to see you again, Archon. And in Mockholm, of all places. Popo, it really is you. Just when we were about to leave. Get wonderful, this pilgrimage of yours. A final reflection upon the past, that you might face the future with eyes unclouded and a heart at peace. Few would deny that the events of recent days warrant such contemplation. When last we stood in this place, I dare say none among our number would have believed what was to follow. Young Estinian least of all. On learning what befell him at Oz's Law, I confessed I thought him lost. But when Master Alfino told me of your great struggle, and of his salvation, I was reminded of your talent for the impossible. If you ask me, he seemed altogether too stubborn to die. I suppose it is small feat to evict a spite-filled worm once it has made its home in one's head. Nidhogg's passing, the children of Ishgard and Dravania may at last look to the future. It is my hope, however, they will not forget the deeds of history, nor the many thousand of lives lost in their conflict. For only through remembrance will they avoid the mistakes of the past. I thank you again for your hospitality, Chieftain Moglen, and pray that you will one day allow us to extend you the same courtesy. Wish you well on your journey, Archon. You ever walk in the light of the crystal. Till we meet again, Kupo. Even in the farthest reaches of distant, dangerous lands, one may chance upon a friendly face. Though given to mischief and largely unconcerned by the troubles of the outside world, came to understand Ishgard's plight and agreed to lend their aid. Eventually, that is. Zenith. Okay. A camp in the ruins southeast of Zenith. Now that far southeast? That was what I get for not checking the map. The view makes those slippers look even more ridiculous than usual. Crackling warmth of Alfino's campfire, the savory waft of Isel's bubbling stew, the soft snoring of Moghan, asleep on the grass. Cold wind blew that night as well. On the morrow, they mounted the steps and blew the horn. But having climbed to the summit with hope in their hearts, they descended dejected, Weighed down by truths too grim to contemplate. That Ishgard is ruled by a bunch of assholes. So, can I help you? I don't know how to make it change. Amy. Amy. Okay. Royal Promenade. Oh. Okay. Headbutt. Yes, Miss Amy. Are you gonna come up this time? Come on. 3 circles the chair was enough for you? You, over there. Over here, quickly. Oh, hi, Nanamo. I should have known you would see through my disguise. After all, you have seen it before. But enough talk. I cannot linger here, lest the guards recognize their Sultana. As you may have deduced, I was taking the air outside the palace when I saw you standing here, staring off into space. Have you something on your mind? I understand completely. So much has happened. So much has changed. All in so short a space of time. Even now, I struggle to make sense of it all. One thing, at least, is abundantly clear. I owe you an immense debt of gratitude for all you have done on my behalf. On behalf of those whom I hold dear. After I awoke, Babashan told me everything. It was a lot to take in. Nothing could prepare me for what Lord Lorito had to say. That ruthless, manipulative swine came before me and expressed regret for what had come to pass, and, thinking to make amends, offered all of Telegiado Legi's assets, as well as half of his own personal fortune, to the crown. And I accepted. Long did I debate how best to use this wealth. There is no end to the troubles facing our nation, and no shortage of worthwhile causes. Yet none among our people have suffered more than the refugees, and as they, we shall be first to receive aid and succor. There is also the matter of the terrible wrongs committed against you and yours, for which I am in large part responsible. Nay, do not protest. It is the truth. Accordingly, I have set monies aside to aid in the Prince Scion's rebuilding, if you would have them. Thank you. Money, please! Pray do not thank me. Not after all you have suffered. Know that I do not think to atone for my mistakes with money. It is but a tool which I would see put to good use. Listen to me. So much for enjoying a moment's respite outside the palace walls. It rather seems as if I have brought my responsibilities with me. I suppose I should return. Lady Lilira, you must come home at once. Father is worried sick. You know, God, confound it, you lot searched this area. I know she came through here. On the other hand, it is essential that a ruler see firsthand how her subjects go about their daily lives, and I have not visited the market in weeks. It would seem a shame to let this opportunity go to waste. Archon, might I impose upon you to have a brief yet cordial conversation with those Sultansworn? I leave the choice of subject matter up to you. Take care. Get enough? Okay. Hi. Oh, beg your pardon, sir. Did you perchance see a young Lullafella nobleman pass this way? I didn't see nothing. Are you certain? Oh dear. Perhaps Papashan said that Master Papashan said this might happen, but I never truly believed he was serious. Wait, I know you. You're Archon. Archon Shade. What a stroke of luck. I can think of none better qualified to help us. You see, it is no mere nobleman that we seek. Oh, but Master Papashan was most explicit about the need for secrecy. Pray forget I mentioned it. We will find the lady on her own. Cruel fate, to lose her father as a child and be compelled to rule in his stead. And how the years had tempered her dreams and taught her, sometimes brutally, the price of naivety. Though outwardly unscathed by her ordeal, it was a wiser and more wary Nanamo who reclaimed the throne. Yeah, and totes. You got this, guys. Go have fun chasing her down. Nanamo, they're looking for you. Run! Kinda wonder if they're inspired by Aladdin at all. No, I'd imagine that princess disguising herself and wandering through the markets far predates the Aladdin stories, but... There you are, Archon. Higuri told me of your pilgrimage. No, it's only a matter of time before you sought me out. I too have been reflecting on the choices which shaped my path. When I took to the road with my grandfather, when I joined the Crystal Braves, when I tried and failed to warn you before the banquet. I had my suspicions about Warward's death. It was the work of the Garlean spy within our ranks, but I could not be sure who's involved, hence my desire to speak with you in private. I thought long and hard about how to approach you without arousing suspicion. Perhaps too long. Eventually, I decided to arrange a meeting through Mistress Miqo'te. Little did I know that bastard Laurentius had seen me do it. Shortly thereafter, the fourth received urgent summons. Needless to say, I had no choice but to answer, and soon found myself at the mercy of Captain Ilbert's band of traitors. He confined me to the Rising Stones, along with others still loyal to the Scions. Real, FME, Agmus. Despite what they had planned to do with us, I couldn't say. Mayhap they thought we would turn, given time. The fools. Lieutenant Yohase bid the Third keep us under constant guard. When Captain Ilbert moved to carry out General Raban's execution, they were forced to withdraw all but a token force, which we took by surprise one night. And then it was over. One might argue that it turned out better than it had any right to, all things considered. Still, there are nights when I lie awake wondering if I had done things differently. If I had been more careful, or more decisive, what then? But there is naught to be gained from thinking thus. Just count our blessings, must we not? We're still here, and most of what was broken can be rebuilt. You'll see, Archon. We'll see. Freedom of all. Begun with an oath and ended with a betrayal, as the conspirators turned on their comrades for coin and country. Good and true were beaten and imprisoned, or else butchered where they stood. But even in their darkest moments, they never stopped believing that the dawn's light would shine again. Once more to Ishgard. The triumphs we share. That would be to unlock Machinist, but what I want is here. Oh, hello there, Archon. Fancy meeting you here. Biggs and Wedge! Biggs and Wedge! Everything's better with Biggs and Wedge. I'm an innocent about the glory days, huh? Aye. Spent many a sleepless night hammering away in that corner of ours. How's your mana cutter holding up, by the way? I don't know, I ride a flying fat cat. Oh, that's good to hear. Not that I had any doubts, like, craftsmanship second to none. Quite right. It'll take more than swirling winds and raging dragons to bring her down. And that, my friends, is an Ironworks guarantee. Oh, okay, that's where we are. Speaking of which, on the back of the field's test success, we've gone ahead and licensed the design for mass production. Soon, the Skysill manufacturer will be churning out mana cutters by the dozen. Which is why we're here today, as a matter of fact, to make sure their machinists don't bugger anything up. Apparently, pirates have been queuing up to place an order, and even some sky pirates. Just imagine the sea of clouds teeming with our creations fills me with a father's pride. Alright then, that's enough patting ourselves on the back. Gotta make sure the cutters are up to snuff. Guess you'll never hear the end of it. From now till we finish, there'll be no more breaks, distractions, and not one wink of sleep. Do you hear me? Hear me? Oh. Chart chocobo. Oh, we'll leave you to it. Till next time, eh? Come on. There you go. Do you have to do 3 laps around my chair before you can come up? Despite the many hardships they endured, perhaps because of them, they greeted every new challenge with a smile. Their workshop, their battlefield, their tools, their weapons, they invariably rose to the occasion, delivering ingenious solutions to seemingly insoluble problems. Charting mists. Hey, Lewin. Thanks for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. I am Archon Shade. I play cat games every Sunday. That is Skyrim with all the cat mods I could find into Final Fantasy XIV as a Miqo'te monk. It's going well. We are working our way through a series of side quests called the Tales of the Dragon Song War, where you revisit a lot of the locations and important characters from the Heavensward expansion after the end of it. It's been Interesting. Never done this bit before. Until dawn. I don't know that I'm aware of that one. Through tempestuous winds they carved a path, breaching the Dreadworm's sanctum, and there did they put him to the sword. Yet in the wake of hard-fought victory were secrets laid bare in a vision dark and disturbing. To be in this window in order to progress things. Legacy of the fathers, bequeathed to their sons and passed down through the generations, old blood enduring in the new, the mark of original sin. Back to Ishgard again? Oh, right, okay. The joy of Sundays. Oh, you're like literally right there. I don't need to... Well, try not to get your butt kicked too much before you have to go to work. Or whatever early morning crap you have to deal with. Anything before 10 o'clock should be banned. And there he is at last. Giverlant said you were wandering all over, reminiscing about days gone by. Seems a bit soon if you ask me. It's not like I don't understand, though. Some days I'll be walking through the broom, same as normal. And it'll hit me all of a sudden just how much has changed for us. Though I know it's a bit different from what you've been through. Let's see, in mind is the first time I saw you. Saw him and his friends up near the Otherite, being shown around by that house for top man. No, you never told me you'd met before. I wasn't so much a meeting as a heckling, to be honest. When I heard their guide warning them off paying a visit to the broom, it stuck in my craw. And you've got to admit that Master Alfie is a spitty image of a snotty little lordling. I wonder why Alfie might look like a snotty little lordling. Maybe it's because he is. If you haven't been here before, I don't like Alfino at all. A little lordling that went on to fight 2 knights of the Heavensward with Archon here in a trial by combat, not to mention helping retake the vault from the True Brothers. Fury have mercy, it feels like a bleeding lifetime ago, don't it? Correction, he stood over there while I punched the Heavensward guys repeatedly. Don't give him more credit than he deserves. Because it was. Guts now is nothing like what that came before. It's a bleeding rebirth is what it is. Cold comfort of the folk who died getting us here. Still, this piece is ours, and we owe it to ourselves to make the most of it. I mean, we got to work twice as hard to make the broom a better place. No more harassing blue bloods, neither. No more harassing blue bloods, but why not? It's like half the fun. Aye, aye. A world apart from the opulence of the pillars, they had toiled, shrouded in the haze of the broom. Sentenced to a life of hardship by birth, they dreamed of revolution as children dream of fairies. Then one came and went. They suddenly found themselves with a seat at the table. Oxundu. There we go. I was wondering when we'd go there. Are we at Bismarck then?